This video will show you 3 ways to improve your ability to attract what you want with the law of attraction. I'm going to share with you practical tools that I've used in my own life to get the results that I've gotten and how you can apply it in your life as well. Welcome back to another video. My name is Aaron and I help people expand their consciousness. Now in this video, I'm going to share with you some of those ways that we can get ourselves to peak performance when it comes to the law of attraction and really knowing that we are always getting a reflection of who we are being. So it's not so much about us trying to gain an ability that we don't already have. It's more about being aware that we already have this ability, but how are we using it? Are we attracting abundance or are we attracting scarcity? This idea is something that was a game changer for me when it comes to understanding the law of attraction. And what I want to do is share with you how you can have the same kind of epiphany so that you're able to get similar results. Now, this was actually inspired because I read a book that is called Peak. And it's a book that's all about understanding how people become peak performers, how we can increase our own level of our abilities of what we're doing, and also how some of the best people in the world that are the best at what they do got to where they are. Now, there used to be that saying, the 10,000 hours rule, that when you focus on something for 10,000 hours, you will become a master in it. But the idea and what this book shows is that it's not entirely true. It also has to do with understanding that what we must do is have some form of what is called deliberate practice, which means that we have a certain skill that we're constantly doing, but on top of the 10,000 hours, which isn't a real rule because some people have been able to do it in a much shorter time, some people in a much longer time, the key to it is the practice that we're using with it. So it's the idea that we have something we're doing and we're always stepping outside of our comfort zone just a little bit, challenging ourselves, making ourselves present to the moment so that we learn, so that then we start to move up and get better and better versus just doing the same thing 10,000 hours in a row. So this has to do with some processes that we can use and develop in our own life in order to get there. And that's why the first one I want to share has to do with developing deliberate practice. Now what this means is that with anything that you do, especially when it comes to the law of attraction, what I want to encourage you to do is to break that down into little things that you can do throughout your day that you can add in every single day. Now what this could mean is that you first off have the intention of meditating. Now meditating is such a powerful tool because it allows you to disassociate from the thinking mind, the ego, to really determine what you want. It allows you to also concentrate in a much more powerful way. You know, I used to have ADHD. I couldn't focus for longer than a minute or two, but I used deliberate practice in order to get meditation to where I could do it for 10 or 15 minutes very easy. This is 6 years ago, and now I meditate every day for about 15 to 20 minutes right when I wake up in the morning and right before I go to bed. And it's very easy because I've built that up over time. So use deliberate practice in your everyday activities. This could be using visualization. This could be using the ability to concentrate, the ability to meditate. And this is what you do. You start off very small. You start off with maybe a minute or two of meditating a day. What you do is you make it a must that you're going to sit down, and what you're going to do is you're going to meditate for just 1 minute, which means you could just breathe in and out and focus on your breath. And what you do is you focus on doing that for just a minute. Then what you do is the next day you do it for 2 minutes. And then the day after that you can do it for 2.5 minutes. Then you could do it for 3 minutes. And you keep pushing yourself until you get up to that point to where you can do it for 10 or 15 minutes. Now the same thing with visualization or even gratitude. Maybe at first feeling gratitude and focusing on things you're grateful for might seem like a lot to do. You're trying to focus, you're trying to concentrate. Focus small and work your way up. Work your way on putting and adding more and more energy to it. As you do that, what you do is you start to build up this ability to do these things more and more, and really repetition and the ability to do it day in and day out is what is so powerful. So many people underestimate it. They think that we need to hop all the way in and do everything right away. We need to learn how to meditate for 20 minutes right when we learn meditation. But in reality, what you can begin to do is to start off small and to build it from there. Also, take any skill you have. For me, that's creating videos. My intention is to get better with every video that I do. I've been doing hundreds of videos now because I've done a video a day since February, and the idea is that I don't just do the videos and it's just 10,000 hours that I'm trying to put in. I do the videos and I intend to watch the videos when I edit them to get better at speaking so that I'm not so much, moving my hands as much. I know I move my hands a lot, but that's something that I'm working on. So the idea behind it is that there's always ways to get better. There's always ways to measure what you're doing. So what gets measured gets managed. So the idea is that you can be aware of these things and you can improve every day. If you notice there's a certain way you're breathing with meditation, you can modify that a little bit and you can increase that. And what you can do is apply that towards different areas in your life. I would recommend applying it towards gratitude, feeling gratitude more often throughout your day, setting triggers for that, which means maybe every time that you walk through a doorway, you focus on something you're grateful for. Secondly, something to do with visualization, become better at visualizing, and that is done with practice. So many people believe, I can't visualize, I'm not a visual person. That was me. But what I did is I dropped that definition, realized that that definition did not have to be a self-fulfilling prophecy, and then I focused on it. And the more I did it, the better I got, and now it's much easier to visualize. And in the same way, of course, meditation, it is so powerful for the ability to concentrate. A hack for that as well is to use a candle flame, because a candle flame keeps the mind and the eyes from wandering. I realized that when my eyes would wander, my mind would wander as well. So what I did is I focused on that candle flame, and then I would just focus on my breath, the sensation, and observing my thoughts. Don't control them, just observe them. That right there is a very powerful way to increase your ability with the law of attraction. And the second way has to do with understanding the truth that you are already attracting everything that's in your life. You are always manifesting something. It's just, what is that something, and is that what you want? Now let me explain what I mean by that. Our definitions are creating our reality. If we believe that there is lack all around us, and I've said this in prior videos, but it's such a powerful epiphany. If we believe there is lack all around us, it's not that there really is lack of anything, there is an abundance of lack. That's coming from our focus. That means we're focused on lack. But see, we're getting exactly what we're focused on, or we're getting exactly what we believe we are worthy of, or what we believe is around us. So this means, how can we redefine what is in our situation or what we are experiencing by seeing it in a new point of view? If we are experiencing abundance of lack, it means that we're focused on lack, or we have a belief in lack. So what we can begin to do is ask ourselves the question, what would I have to believe is true to be experiencing lack? Well, I'd have to believe that lack is what I'm worthy of. I'd have to believe that that's just part of who I am. How can I let go of that being from my identity? Then you just focus on letting go of the belief. By once you become aware of it, you realize you don't have to keep perpetuating it over and over again. And that's one of the most powerful tools towards being more abundant. Now, the other way to go about this is to realize that abundance is our natural birthright, that what we do is we tap into that when we tap into our feeling, and that abundance really is more of a feeling. We shouldn't label ourselves with thinking that abundance has to be just the form of money. Think of abundance in the form of opportunities. When you expand your definition of abundance, you allow it to flow in different areas of your life. What if someone were to offer you a vacation, which is something that just happened to me? I'll be going to Costa Rica in a couple months, and I was offered to stay there for 7 days. So that's an opportunity that I had. It's not exactly like they're going to give me a whole bunch of money to go, but they are giving me about $6,000 worth of experience, or what would normally cost $6,000. So you see, it's like we have to expand our definition so that these things can really flow into our life. So realize first off the truth that abundance is all around you. There really is no lack in our lives. There just might be an abundance of what we perceive as lack because of our focus. But the moment we realize that is the moment we realize that we are powerful, because we are even able to experience that. Now, the third thing that we can do to really get into peak performance and to improve our ability with the law of attraction is understanding the power of our daily routine. What are you repetitively doing? The things you do every day is who you are becoming, and the best thing you can do, if there's anything that you take from this video, is that you can choose what you do every day, and if you make certain things a habit, it will radically change your life. Now, what I mean by this is make the habit to meditate every day, to focus on observing your thoughts rather than controlling them. that will change everything, because over time it has such a compounding effect. Now, another thing you could do is focus on gratitude right when you wake up in the morning. Focusing on gratitude gets your brain focused on abundance. It gets you feeling a certain way, and you'll find that the way you wake up in the morning has a powerful effect over the rest of your day. Now, another thing you can focus on is knowing that as you are doing the thing that would most leverage all activities throughout your day, you can do that first thing. So this is why the daily habit and the power of daily routine is so important. Every day what I do is I wake up, I film at least 1 or 2 videos, and what I do is I also edit 2 or 3 videos. I do that for the first 5 hours of my day, every single day, pretty much no matter what. And then after that, I focus on other things, whether that's coaching clients, it's creating products, it's creating value that I can add to you guys. It's some form of that. But I always do that every day because I know that that is the highest leverage thing that I could do every day. That creating more videos creates more opportunity for me to connect to people and to add value. So that's why I do it. So tap into your daily routine and know, as you choose to do what you are passionate about, that is going to powerfully affect everything in your life. And as you make choices in alignment with who you prefer to be, that's when you're really going to continue to see powerful momentum. So this is about understanding your own awareness. This is about understanding the compound effect of your daily routine. This is about really knowing that as you decide that you're going to develop deliberate practice, you're not just going to do something, you're going to do something with the intention of getting a little bit better, of stepping outside your comfort zone, of learning from your experience. And then the most important part of this, though, is also knowing that abundance is all around you. This is an epiphany for me. This really changed the way I saw everything, because if I was experiencing lack, I would ask myself, what am I focused on? Why do I believe that this is my experience right now? What can I do to let that go? And when you realize that abundance is all around you and that you are always manifesting something, that's where the power really is, and that's when things really begin to change. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already. Also, hit that little notification gear right next to the subscribe button so that you're able to see daily vids that I do. Also, I put a free PDF in the description box on the top 3 law of attraction techniques that have changed my life. So feel free to click that link to receive that straight to your inbox. And other than that, I will see you guys on the next vid. Peace, much love, namaste.